Hello and welcome back to our next lecture on learning Autodesk Inventor. In this video we are going to continue with another example, and I already chosen one. I have chosen a electric motor. So this is the picture I got, and as you can see at the first look it might seem very difficult, but it is actually nothing more than just some circles and some extrusions here. We also have this feature right here which we can make by using the circular pattern, and there is nothing more to it. And the problem is that I couldn't find any data sheet for the dimensions, so we have to just assume the dimensions, and I don't know if we are going to end up with the same look as this one. Maybe we would make it a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. But the essential of this video is just to learn how to make it. So maybe you could find one with dimensions, and then you can make it exactly what it looks like here. Okay, how are we gonna start? First, we are going to begin from this side here. First we will make a circle, then we will make an extrusion up to here. Then we will make another circle, another extrusion, circle and extrusions. When we are here, we will make a bigger extrusion from this point to this point here. Then another circle, another extrusion. Then I think when we are here, we are gonna need to use the loft option, because it is not it's not completely as the same dimension as this one. And at the back side, I think it has some holes. So let's get started with the drawing here. First we are going to start a new sketch, and we will make a simple circle. So let's see what dimension we will give it. Let's make this 20. Okay, finish the sketch. Now we make an extrusion in the other direction, and let's say 30 millimeters. I think it needs to be bigger. Let's make it 40. Okay, let's just make it 50. Now it looks better. So this is going to be our shaft here. Now we need to make a bigger circle, and let's just do it. We have to start a sketch in this side here, and now we will make a circle, and we will give it a radius, let's say, because it's not that big, just make it 40. 40 looks good. And now we make another extrusion. Let's make it 3 millimeters. I think 3 looks good. Okay. Now we are at this part here. Now we need to make this bigger circle here. Let's just start a new sketch, and we will make how big are we going to make this? I think this should be more big than that. Okay, let's make it 130. Yeah, it looks good actually. Let's finish the sketch, and now we are going to make a bigger extrusion. We will make it some like 20 millimeters or oops, sorry for this. And let's try make it 20. Let's see if it looks similar to this. Okay, I think 20 is good. And hit OK, 20. Now we are getting pretty close to the original shape here. Now we are going to make just a little bit bigger circle for this detail here. And now then we are going to make an extrusion from here to here. Let's just go and make that bigger circle. Let's start here and make it 135. I think that's good. Finish the sketch, and now we will make the biggest extrusion. Now, how big are we gonna make this? Let's try and make it I think it should be something like that. Let's make it 160. I think 60 is just perfect. 160. Okay, that's just perfect. And now we need to make another circle bigger than that. We will make it here. Start a new sketch. Select the circle option here, and let's make it like this big. And we will give it a dimension, of course. Let's make it 155. Good. Now let's extrude it, and we need to give it another extrusion. I will make it 20. 20 looks good. Hit OK. And so now we are going to make a loft option, because this is a little bit smaller in diameter. We are going to make a plane, and we are going to offset it in this direction. Let's give it 50 millimeters. 50, okay. And we will start a sketch. We will create another circle, but this time just a little bit smaller, like this. And of course we have to give it a dimension. Let's make it 145. We can change that a little bit later. And now we're gonna use the loft option here. So we're gonna make it from this side here to this side here, just like this. Okay, it looks pretty good. Hit OK, and now we have this back part like here. And now what are we gonna make? It would be good if we knew how this part here looks like, this part here in the bottom, but unfortunately we don't know that. So let's just leave that for now, and now we're gonna continue with the fillets here. Let's just start with a chamfer here, then let's make this fillet, then another fillet, and here we don't have some fillets, so this is a little fillet too, and that at the end it's also a bigger fillet. So let's just go here. I will make this invisible for now. Let's uncheck visibility, and now we go here to chamfer, select this edge here, and let's just give it a 1 millimeter chamfer. Hit OK. Not to forget, we have to make this detail right here. Let's just go and make it, because we can then forget later. And let's just set the home view. Let's make this visible for now. And now we are going to make a plane tangent to the surface here. This one and this one here. So okay, now we can start here a sketch. Oops, I think I made it. No, it's good. just thought I made a mistake here. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. And now we first make a 2-point rectangle here. Let's just make it randomly here. Okay, now we make it vertically aligned, I mean horizontally to this point here. We give it some dimensions. Let's make this 35, and this, let's make this 4, and of course we will need to give it the dimensions from this point to this point here. Let's just make it 25. Alright, now we're also gonna need to make some circles from here to here, and again from here to here. So let's go and finish this. And now we have to make an extrusion, and we will make it distance from. We're gonna make the distance from this one, and let's give it from here and 20 millimeters. Just and this one, and now it is good. Let's make it smaller. Let's make it 5. Let's see what will happen. Let's make it even smaller, and okay, now it looks good. So this is finished. Let's just make these two invisible. That's 2. And now we are finished with that little detail here. We can change them, the dimensions if we want, but we will just gonna leave it with this. So let's go and make the fillets here. Let's make a fillet right here. Okay, I think this looks good. Then here another fillet. Click here. This one should be bigger. Let's make this 5. Oops. Let's make it 5. Okay, 5 looks pretty well. And here we don't have any fillets, so we're just going to continue with this fillet here. It's just a little fillet over there. Let's go and make here. I will make this 1 millimeter. It looks very good. Okay, now at the end we also need a fillet at this point right here. Let's go select the fillet option and click this. Give it a radius of, let's say, 10. I think we should make it bigger. Okay, now I think it looks good. Let's make it 15. Now it looks very good. Okay, so far so good. Now what are we going to do next? We will, let's make these details right here. We first need to make a simple rectangle. Then we are going to extrude it to the surface here. Then we are going to make a chamfer here and at the other side. Then we are going to make a circular pattern, and then we are going to make just an arrow to reflect it to the other side. So let's just count how many do we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think there are 9. Alright, let's just go ahead and make these tools. Let's just view it from the front. Unless we know the dimensions, we have to assume them one more time. It's just difficult to draw without dimensions. Let's make it plain here, and we select let's select this one here. I think this will do the job. Select this here and give it a dimension of, let's just see here, okay, I think this will be enough, 75. If you are working with my dimensions, give it a 75. Now we start a new sketch and we will make just a simple rectangle here. Make just a simple rectangle and we are going to give it a dimension. Let's make this side 5 here. I think that's just too big, but we will see later on if we will need to change that. So I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger, smaller, sorry. Let's make it 155. Now we need to move it a little bit to the side here. Okay, I think this is good, but I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna make it just smaller. Let's make it 3 millimeters. Now I have to make it horizontally. Zoom in. This one and this one here. And I'll have to give the dimension, of course, from this point to this point. Let's leave it just as it is. And now we're going to make an extrusion here. Let's make an extrusion, of course, in the other direction and the distance. Let's make it to the circle here. Okay, let's hit OK and see what we got. Let's make this invisible. I think it's not actually that bad, but I think this needs to be even bigger. This needs to be bigger. So what can we do now? We can just go and edit this last extrusion here. Select edit feature. And let's make this it. Let's just give it a distance in both directions. And I'm gonna make it okay, just like this. Hit OK. And now I think it's good. Alright. Let's go and make some chamfers for this edges here. Select also the other edge here. And give it a bigger chamfer. Let's make it 5. 10. Okay, 10 looks good. Let's see if we have the same here. Okay, it looks very similar. And now we need to make a circular pattern. We counted these. We have 9 of these, and we already have positioned this at the center. So we will have to make 4 on this direction and 4 on the other direction. Alright, I think we will need to make another smaller fillet on both of these sides. This 1 millimeter. and this one too, and of course here and here as well. Okay, now we can go and make the circular pattern. Let's select our features. Don't forget to select the extrusion, the chamfer, and also the fillets. And the axis, which will be this. And now we have to make it in, we will make this smaller. Let's make it 90 degree. Okay, let's do it one more time from the front here. We have to make 9. Okay, now it looks better. But there is something more which I noticed. These are all so horizontal, so we have to change that and make this tool right here. Now we have all the parts are horizontal. Alright, let's hit OK, and now you can see these are all horizontal, just like here. Oops. Alright, now we do the same with the other side. Let's just hit home and choose the mirror tool. We are going to select the circular pattern, and we are going to select our mirror plane, which will be this plane here, and we are going to hit OK. And now we ended up with this here. Now what are we going to do next? We could just go straight ahead and make these details here, and then we could make this detail here. So let's just make these, and then we are going to make this. Okay, go one more time. Let's hit home view option, and we will make it here. We have to make a plane, and we are going to make another plane, tangent to surface and parallel to plane. From this one to this one here, we will start a new sketch. Let's just rotate it. Alright, now we don't know the dimensions from this point to this point, but it looks just like the half of the circle of the body here. So let's make it approximately to the center. Let's make a rectangular first. And we have to position it to the side. Now let's make it, I think we'll make this 80. Okay, this looks very well. And this we're gonna make the same as the last one, 3. And now we have to give a dimension, or we can just align it horizontally, center point with the origin point here. And we will give a dimension from this center to this origin point, and let's leave it just as it is. Okay. Or if we want to be more professional, we can align this line with this line here. So we can delete this and make this line here. Oops. Let's select it one more time. This line with this edge here. Okay, now it's aligned with the other corners. Okay, let's finish this stitch. And now we have to give a extrusion. I will select this option, distance from face. So we have to select first our face, and now you give the dimension. Let's make it 15. I think it's smaller, 10. Okay, I think it's 10. Okay. And as you can see in this part here, it has another chamfer here. So we are going to make a chamfer. I think the chamfer needs to be smaller. Let's make it 5 first. Okay, let's make it 7. And 7 looks good. Now we're going to make another fillet tool here, and at the other side as well. Hit OK, and now it looks good. Okay, we make this invisible, and let's just go and count how many of these we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there are 7. Let's just go use the circular pattern again. Select our feature. Of course, we will have to select the extrusion, the chamfer, and the fillets. Now we select our rotational axis. We make it at 45 degrees. We will make it in both directions. And the number was 7. We can make the angle even smaller, but I think this will just work fine. Yeah, this looks good. And now we also, of course, these have to be vertical too. As you can see, these are not vertical. Let's just click here, and now they are vertical. Hit OK, and now they look better. But as you can see here, this should not happen because we have made a mistake by making it only from the surface. We have to make it to be attached to the surface here. So that doesn't look good. Let's just delete that and edit the extrusion here, or just delete it. Delete these. I didn't want to delete the sketch. Okay, let's go ahead and extrude it one more time. Let's give it in 2 directions. This one will be 15, and that one, let's make it 5. Okay, let's make this even smaller, 10. Okay, now it looks good. Now we're gonna make a chamfer. Let's make it 7. Okay, looks good. And we're gonna add some some fillets. And we'll leave it just like this. Okay, now we have to go and make a circular pattern. Go here, select our features, the extrude, the chamfer, and the fillets. Select the rotational axis. Let's make this 45 degree. Let's make it, sorry, we counted 7. Let's make this at the center. And of course, these have to be all vertical, like this. And hit OK. And now they look good. Let's go and see if we are doing well. Alright. Now we have to make this detail right here. And then we are going to continue with these 3 bolts. Let's just first make this. We have to make just a simple square. We'll make. We are going to need this plane once again, and we are going to make a simple rectangle here. Well, let's just make it here, anywhere. Then we will align this, this and this point here. And now we can change the dimension of it. Let's make this a dimension. Let's make it 60, and I think from this to this will be 60 as well, because it's a square, and the distance from this point to this point. Alright, we can change that if we want. Let's just take a look here. We wanted to make this a little bit closer. I think it needs to be closer, so I will delete this first. I will manually move it and see. Okay, now I think it's good. From this point to this point it's 110. Let's just make it 110 exactly. Finish the sketch, and now we are going to make an extrusions from here to here. Now we're going to use the extrude tool, and let's choose the distance. Let's make it asymmetric. We are going to give this any distance you want, and then this let's view it from this side here. We are going to give it, so let's just make it a little bit bigger than this. Okay, and hit OK. Of course we have to make some fillets. Let's make some fillets here. I want to make a loop. Okay, let's just select all of that. Let's make it bigger. Let's make it 2. Or I will try with 5. No, 5 is just too big. Let's make it 3. I think 3 will work. No, I think it's even smaller. Let's just make it 2. Okay, 2 is good. Now another fillet for these edges here, but we can do that later, or let's just do it right now, because I could forget. Let's make them 3 millimeters. And now we're gonna make the upper part here. How are we gonna make this? Let's see. Let's make first a normal square here. Let's make it bigger. You know what? I'm gonna make a projected geometry here, and I am going to make 2-point rectangle. So I think this is the middle, and you're going to make it even a little bit bigger. Let's make it 70 by 70. Okay. And now let's extrude that, and this, of course, and let's make it let's make it 25. Okay, doesn't look bad. 25, or let's make it just 30. Hit OK. Now we are gonna need to make this part here. Make it from another sketch here. Let's bright this part here. Now we start from here. Let's make it 80 by 80. Finish the sketch and make another extrusion here, and this part, of course. Now we make it smaller. Let's make it 5. So let's see if we have it done. Okay. And now we hit OK. Okay, now we need to make this cutting, and then we have to make also this detail on top here, and we also have these two here, then this, and so let's just go and waste not much time. Okay, to make that we will have to start a sketch on this side, and we will have to make a slice graphic. Okay, now we need to make a half circle, I think. From this point we will make a simple circle. Let's make it 7 in diameter. Finish sketch. See what do we got. Now we will make an extrusion. We'll make it another direction, and we'll give the distance to the surface. Okay. Now let's see if we have done something. I think this needs to be bigger. Let's just go and change that. We can edit the sketch here. Let's make it 10. Finish sketch. And now it looks better. Okay. So now let's make a rectangle pattern. And okay, now it works. We will do the same to the other side. We can just use the mirror tool. select this mirror here, select our features, this here, and let's select this here, mirror plane. Let's choose the let's choose it from here. Okay, and hit OK. Now we have our 4 sides, and now we're just gonna make this detail right here. Let's go and make it. Let's start a sketch. We will project this. Okay, let's select this here better. Make an offset. And we will gonna leave it like this. Hit finish. We will make an extrusion on this side. Let's make it 3. Hit OK. Now we're gonna make another sketch. We are gonna make a circle. And let's break this here. Select this circle that we want to make. Let's make it just big enough, like this. Hit finish sketch, and now we make an extrusion. Select this here. Now we change this side, we make it cutting, and we select the distance to this surface here. Hit OK, and now we have that part. Let's just make a rectangular pattern, and now we select the next direction. Let's flip this, make this 60, and hit OK. Now we have all 4 sides. Let's see. Yes, we need to make some fillets. We're gonna make actually a loop here. Just let's make it smaller, 1 millimeter. And 1 here. Now it is just fine. And of course, all of these 4 edges. Let's make a fillet here, 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 and here. I'll make it 5. Let's see what we get. And I think this will look fine. Now it looks very similar to this. We will just going to continue with the other details here. Let's make this detail here. We will have to start it from this point here. Now we have to make first a plane. Start it here, finish, and now we start a sketch. And let's see, the height is just not very important. Let's make a slice graphic here, and OK. Let's make first a line here. Make it like this and like this. I think this is good. And now we can edit it. We can give this some dimensions. Let's make it 10. We'll give make this constraint hooks. Already is 1. And we are gonna make a line here. Oops, let's just delete this. We are going to make this and this symmetrical with this one here. Hit OK, and we will make a distance from here to here. Let's make it 15. Alright. Now we will move this here. Of course, we have to align it with this center here. Okay. Now we will just a little bit more. Okay. I think this is finished. We'll make another extrusion here. We'll make it up to the side here. Hit OK. And now we have our detail. We will make another fillet, and this time we will select the whole feature. Of course, we will make this 1 millimeter, or just try with 2, and OK. Here also to give some fillets on this side, and on this side, on this, and on this, I think. Okay. Hit OK, and now we have a feature. Let's just make this invisible. And now we are getting pretty close to the final detail. We will need to make these parts here, and we are gonna assume that it starts from the here to here. So let's create another I think we had a plane here, but I'm not gonna start from there. I'm gonna create another plane, and I'm gonna start from this point, and okay, right here. Let's start a sketch here. Make a slice, and okay, now we are gonna start making project here. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? We will just make this profile, and then we will extrude it. Okay, first let's make it a rectangle. We will make it oops, let's start actually from the middle, and no, we are not going to start from the middle, we are going to start somewhere else, and then we are going to make it to the middle like this. Then we are making it bigger. Let's give this a distance to make it 20. And now we will make this tangent to the line here. And we are going to make this aligned with this point here, with the edge of that circle. Now let's make another circle, and let's make it like this here. Hit OK. Let's just take a take another look. And what are we gonna do now? We will simply give this some dimensions. And we are gonna make yet another circle to make this part here. But this time we are gonna start from this edge to this edge, and from this edge to this edge here, like this. Now we're gonna make a line, and actually I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be a little bit smaller. Let's make it just give it 10 by 30. Okay, the same goes for this side. 30, 10. Okay, and now we make the lines from the point here to this point here. Here to here. Okay, and now we only have to do a cutting here, which we are going to make with this tool here. We are going to leave it 20 by sorry, let's make it one more time. 20 by 3. Okay, same here. 20 by 3. Hit OK. And now we need to make some trims, because we are not gonna need all of these lines. Let's trim this. Okay, we will leave that. We will have to trim this and this, and this. Okay, continue here. Okay, let's just finish this and see what we got. Now we can go and extrude, and we will select only this profile. Sorry. Let's make it in the other direction. It selected this areas. I didn't want that, but we will edit that later on. And we are going to make it up until somewhere here. It's not necessary to make it precise, because we are making it very simple. And okay, now we need to make these cuttings here. Let's just start a sketch here. (20 by 3). Once again, 20 by 3. Finish the sketch. Hit the extrude option. Select this and select this. Select the other direction, and the distance will be to this surface here. Hit OK, and we have done that. Now what do we need to do? We'll make this other feature here, and let's see how are we gonna do that. I think we are finished with the upper part. We have to make also these two features right here. Let's make this plane invisible, and we will continue with that detail right there. Let's select this and slice graphic, and we'll select this. Okay, let's make this line here. Let's make another line here. Oh, I can't actually do that. Okay, let's make this here. We will give that the dimensions. Let's first move it to the side. We will make it aligned with this here, and of course with the center will be also to the center. I didn't got that. One more time. Center here, and one more time. This must be aligned to this line here. I have to select it. Let's make it here, and this point here. Okay, now I have what I need. Okay, I have to give it the width. Let's make it, okay, just make it 20, doesn't matter. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a 3D sketch. It's the best way to do it. Sorry, no, I will make just a simple line. Select from this side, view it from the front, and let's gonna make it up until here somewhere. No, let's trim these off. Okay, like this. Let's make it here. Finish sketch. And now we can go and make this loft, or we can all choose either one. Now let's select the path. And now we have our feature here. Finish and hit OK. So there we have it. It's a little bit difficult if you don't know the dimensions. You always have to think how to make it. And we're just gonna make these two details and we're gonna finish. But first I have to make another mirror here. I almost forgot. So this is why it is always important to make it as much as symmetrical as you can, because you always then can use these planes here. So let's make a mirror. Let's select this feature and select this plane if we can. Okay, this one. Hit OK. And as you can see, we have it on the other side. Alright. This is almost finished. I'm just gonna make these two details right here. So I'm gonna make first this and then this. Okay, let's just go and make them real quick. Okay, first I need to make this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 six-sided polygon. Do I have 6 sides? Okay. Let's make it like this. And then I am going to make one more circle here. Okay. I'm not going to constrain them because I don't need to. I am just going to make them very quick. And okay, I'm gonna select these two at the same time. I'm gonna give it both a height of 2 millimeters. So this one is already almost finished. I'm just gonna give it some fillets here. Select this here, let's try if we can make it bigger. Make it 3. Okay, let's just make it with 3 millimeters. And then this one needs some a little bit more work. Let's make it a circle. I hope I can find the center. I think must be here somewhere. But in order to find the center, you can just take a line from here and from here to here. So this is the best way to find the center of something. And I will give it a radius. Finish it. Take the extrude option. Select this circle. Oops. There are just so many faces. It's really messed up. We'll have to trim some of these. Let's just go and trim these. This. Let's trim almost all of them. And hit OK. Finish the sketch. Now let's go now the extrude option, and let's make it 10. No, I think that's too much. Let's make it 7. Hit OK. Okay, now all I'm going to do is to make another polygon. This one, this time I will make it bigger. Let's go and make a polygon here. Let's see. Okay, it's almost the same side, but this time it's actually more bigger. Okay, finish the sketch. Click extrude. Give it a distance. I'm not gonna make it 7. Let's make it 5. Hit OK. Oh, I just make it too big. Let's edit this. Make it more smaller. Let's make it 20. Okay, now it looks much better. And okay. Now what do we have here? We have some features like this, but we are not going to concern about that because it will take us too much time. We are just going ahead and make a hole. We want to go into deep details, so I'm just going to continue with the hole here, and the distance will be to this surface here. Hit OK, and now I think we are almost finished, if not already finished. Okay, I do not see any more details which needs to be done. Of course we can make these balls, but okay, let's just go and do that. It's not that simple. It's not that difficult. We will make some holes here. Come on, let's make some holes, and let's select this here, and I'm going to give it a smaller diameter. Let's make it 5, and we will select the position. We will make it align with this radius here, and we are going to select OK. So we have now this hole right there. First I'm going to give this a thread. I'm going to give a thread just any you want, because we are not going to make it the standard. Okay, let's make a rectangular pattern here. We will select the hole, but also the thread. Now we select this direction, let's make it 70. Now we select the other direction, let's make it 70 as well, and said OK. Now we have our threads here. And now we would insert the bolts, but we can't actually do that because we are on the part mode. So if we were to insert these, then it would become a assembly, so we cannot do that. So we will leave it like this. Okay, now I think we are finished with this, but of course we have to give it some color. Let's go and choose some colors here. Let's see if we can find a real good color for this. I don't know if this will be fine. Alright, there it is. But we have to change this color. We have to make this black and this silver. And we almost forgot that we said we are going to make the holes on this side. So let's just go and make some holes. But first let me finish this, what I started. Let's make this different color. I'm going to select this shaft, hold Control key, this, and let's zoom in, and of course that. Let's give it an aluminum color or aluminum polished. Let's choose this. Okay, now it looks good. And what we are left with, these two. These just need to be black. Let's hold Control key, this. We have many things to select here. Here, this. Then we select this, and this. And okay, now we can choose this black color here. Let's see if we have some better black color here. Okay, let's choose this one. And okay, now we are done. Set home view. Okay, that looks actually pretty good, but as we said, we are going to make the holes on this side here, which I promised you. So I don't know, maybe the holes are circular, like, okay, let's just start it. Let's make a 2-point rectangle here. Just gonna start here and make it 5 by 5. Okay. And now I am actually going to finish this sketch. I'm going to make an extrusion the other direction. Let's give it a depth of 5 millimeters. And okay. And now we're going to make the rectangular pattern. Select the feature and select the direction. Do we have a direction here? Okay. How many samples do we want? Let's make 5. Okay, let's make 4 of them. And then we are going to make a circular pattern. So let me show you. We will select all of them. We will select the rotational axis. Let's select only one simple axis. And let's see if we can No, this will work better. Let's make 12. This looks very messed up, but we are going to make them rotational. 12. Okay. So now it looks much better. Let's just go ahead and give it another color here. Select these and this and hit OK. Okay. Close it, and I think we are finished. So that's it. Let's just take another look. And it looks very similar to that one. Okay, so that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next lecture. Goodbye.